Let's get nuts.
Yes, I have so many questions too. What is up is one of them. Hey, what's going on? Happy Sunday. How's things? What's going? What's shaking? What's happening? What's pain levels? Yes, pain levels are definitely up. I will 100% agree with that. It's Monday, only for you, and you don't count. Oh no, wait, can't count. Right, that's a difference, right? Not you don't count, you can't count. My bad, because you think it's Monday. That's why. Obviously, you don't know your days of the week yet. I'm gonna have to introduce you to a calendar because, of course, I had that typed out too. Because why wouldn't you, right? Why would you not? It's Monday for me too. And all right, gotta go. All right. Well, Gemini, thanks for rolling in. Pain also for me. Yes, but yours has a name, and that's Dan. Hindsight is 2015. That's right. That's very true. Silly Nate. Silly Nate. All right. Okay. If you say so. I'm not sure why that thing there was. Okay, well, whatever. And lose my foot. Yeah. I wish that was my pain. That's fair. We know it is. It's all good. We know it is. Um. Sorry, that name just kind of threw me off a little bit there. No biggie. Not the end of the world. Taking a better headspace in the last few days. That seems like it's a relatively common thing right now. Had a burst of energy, deep cleaned the living room and dining room, except for the entertainment center. Ran out of spoons. That tracks. That seems legit. That definitely seems like a very realistic tale. For me, a energy burst would be getting out of bed. That's been my weekend. A lot of ow, a lot of laying in bed with a dog squishing me because Sabine seems to think that she is my weighted blanket. Yeah. And she makes it very difficult to get up that way. And in comes a Cajun. Well, hello there. Fancy meeting you here. I guess that means I could stop lurking in your stream then. Pain levels tracking at what did I do? Yeah, that sounds about right. What is up, my Cajun? How are you enjoying the story so far? How's the game treating you? So far, so good. I guess I can close that tab. Good old Twitch. Definitely feeding it as I, yeah. Well, that's good. That is good. It might be something that I have to get into. That was one of the few Final Fantasy ones that I never really got into that one. Like, I don't know why everybody's like, oh, it was the greatest one ever. And then, I didn't get into it. It just, I don't know. It just wasn't my thing, and I don't know why. Like, I couldn't get past the first hour. And I have no idea why that is. Especially as somebody who's a huge fan of the franchise, right? So I don't know. It didn't make any sense to me, but didn't even try to download the latest DLC. Like, Excuse me. Just a fan of Tifa. That'll do it. A fan of Tifa. Alright, calm down, phone. Cyberpunk phone going off. Seven had a good long story. 8 ran quicker, to be honest. See, 8 was another one that... Hey, bitty bitties. Hi, Shay. How's it going? Wasn't me this time. No, it wasn't. 8 and 9 were others that I never got into either. So I don't know what to say about that, right? Like 6 was by far my favorite. 4 was close second. 10 was okay, even though like the story was good, except for a couple of ridiculous elements. I never played the sequel to that one. 11 is where I got into MMOs. And then 12 I never played. 13 I played up until my PlayStation would not play it anymore. It just decided, like, that's it. I'm not doing this anymore. And then 14 I played for a bit. But never 15 or 16. So, yeah. I don't know. Pick up SATA cable. Spend $100 on a hard drive and it doesn't come with them. Well, I guess nowadays, especially these, yeah. Well, at least it wasn't a red ring of death, right? Especially the new ones, like the solid state drives. Yeah, more often than not, you have to get a separate cable for it. I'm glad that I have a handful of those kicking around for the handful of drives that I've had to replace this past year. Not a good time, but here we are. And now we'll allow Dragon Daddy to, take over with all of the tech stuff, because I have knowledge to a point, and then beyond that point, no, I'm useless. They put malware on audio discs. Okay. I know nothing about this, but alright. If you say so. Are you sure it wasn't just your choice of music and you trying to play it all backwards? Oh, so you couldn't... Oh, yeah, back in the Napster days. Right. Okay, yeah, no, that's... I did know about that. Never mind. I don't know nothing. I'm taking shots in the dark. I don't believe you. I think you're full of shit. I do not believe you, sir. I think you're faking it. Yay, happy tune. So apparently, V is having computer problems. Alright then. That kept screwing me up. I kept seeing that and I'm like, what is stuck to my face? Never mind. It's a bunch of fur is what it is. It's actually a little bit too much for I'm going to be trimming this shit down today. Frustrated I have to go out again. No, that's totally fair. I hate when, we go out and do something, go shopping or go pick up the kid or the wife or whatever, and then it's like, oh, hey, by the way, you have to go back out again. Not a fan. One moment for a bathroom break and I can fix that. I'm not even touching that one.
He was doing like this.
Voldy Tot. Well, that's a fun little name right there. Hello, and welcome. Just adding an internal drive. There's a small one in there. Mostly Starfield. That's fair. Again, I haven't I haven't played a whole lot of Starfield as of late. I haven't played a whole lot of anything as of late, in total fairness. But it's also because pain levels and trying to work on music stuff. So there's that. Actually, I haven't touched anything since I worked on the new intro. Authenticata, what's going on? I saw Posey playing it. Yeah, I've seen Posey playing it too. Well, you know what I mean. Saw his name show up in Discord. I have questions. Story of my existence. Fire away, let's see what you got. Two? Okay. Are you sure, Nate? Now the work is less crazy and the cadet market is over. I might actually have some time to play. Nice. You're all wise in Mr. X. I mean, this seems legit. This tracks. I may or may not have answers. I don't know if they're the right answers. They may be false. They may be falsified. I wouldn't know this week. What I do know this week, in the pre-build side, fair enough. Trying to understand how it presents in AFAB people, specifically with the physically hyperactive part. It will present differently in every person, regardless AFAB or otherwise. Now, there are some generalizations that are somewhat true, in that when it comes to female presenting AFABs, generally it tends to present more inattentively than hyperactive. And, you know, again, this is generalization. But don't forget that it does present different in every person. For me, when I'm getting cleaning, zooming around the house, one thing after another. I'm sure you could hear it in the background. Right? When it comes to my wife, that's how it presents. My wife tends to have more, like, she seems to be like right down the middle that way. She's very much, she's very combined, very hard combined, right? And when she gets going, she is very hyperactive that way. But she also has incredible struggles with inattention. It sounds like a restaurant kitchen. Yeah, there you go. So, again, it's going to present differently in everybody regardless. No, let's go back to your question here. Trying to understand how it presents new, specifically with the physically hyperactive part. Like, I don't forget my keys in my brain. It's fucking loud. Like, silence is the enemy. I must have music or something to occupy the part of my brain. I can't focus on important things. See, I have a similar issue that way, too. Now, again, putting it with female presenting, without the hyperactive. Yeah, see, my wife is the opposite when it comes to driving. She can do silence. I can't do silence when I'm driving. I just can't. She doesn't necessarily need music or something to occupy that tab of the brain. Yeah, she can do it in silence, and that's weird to me. It's strange to me. I can't do that. But she can. Inattentive is hyperactivity of the mind. It's not necessarily... Well, no, actually, no. Inattentive is hyperactivity of the mind. Because you're not focusing on the right things, is what it is. Will present more attentively, or is not a given it all will. That's exactly what I just said. So it's not that you're an anomaly that way. It's just it's not the most common presentation for women AFABs, female presenting. It just isn't. Why that is? Yeah, because that's how our fucking brain works. Was playing with a robot. I have many things to say about that, mostly confusion, considering your irrational fear of. Anyway, yeah, no, never mind. Anymo. We don't know shit and are impulsive as fuck. Chris, put the robot away. I get that way sometimes too. Yeah, like, you know, it's funny because like even among the people in Discord, it's, you know, you see all the female presenting in there, that there are, you know, such wide differences between how this person presents and how this person presents, kind of thing, right? Right up until you get to Lady Z, and then you have to shout her out. Tickle, tickle, tickle. You see that? I had the urge to push a button, and I've worked that in there. Hey. Excuse me. All of the snow still melting. All of that snow mold getting kicked up, and yay, playing in my lungs. Z needs all the loves. Well, that's what Ziggy's for. I once heard some asshat say if you met one person with ADHD, you meant one person with ADHD. It's true. However, I like Alex more than just to call him an asshat. Actually, I initially heard that from Barkley, is who I heard that from. I think. Okay, well, all right. Now you're getting into a totally different thing. Now you're talking about the Venn diagram and comorbidities between the lot of them. Right? You're getting so frustrated with what might be ADHD, what might be autism, what might be depression. Hey, why not all three? Throw in anxiety on top of it. It could be a good time. Right? The Venn diagram between those things is fucking near a stack of pancakes. So, it could be one. It could be the other. It could be elements of both. It could be elements of all three. And hope that it's Dan Aykroyd. Yes. I would love for it to be Dan Aykroyd. Most of my hyperactivity is just the inability to sit still. I've been moving. See, most of mine, considering I have, you know, the physical inability to become too hyperactive, most of mine is internal. Like a lot of my hyperactivity is internalized. I don't know what the hell you're talking about there. Mute the tab. I need absolute silence. Okay. What do you mean people don't have autism like me? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're a special one, Nate. You're a very special case. Emphasis on special. Never heard of her. No, you only live with her. Anyone else when they were younger, before TV became flat, still being able to hear TV when it was muted? I think it depends on the kind of TV, because I had that when I was very young. We had one of those great big, like, wooden encased tube TVs. That one I could, But there was one when I got into my teen years that my parents bought that I couldn't hear as well. You live in a pirate shit full of apples. I I don't know what you're. Wow, you guys are all over the place today. I'm here for it. Can you explain the difference between inattentive and hyperactive? Okay, hyperactive is quite well. Actually, I get a better idea. I've got a much better idea. Here's what we're gonna do. Difference between inattentive and hyperactive is inattentive is things like, forgetting shit all of the time. Hyperactive is like fidgety and, you're constantly in movement, etc., etc. Things like that. I'll actually show you the diagnostic criteria here, and maybe that'll help a little bit. Let me just pull up my spectrum graph. There we go. Stop fucking around. Open, goddammit. Alright. Cool. Here's what we're gonna do. First, because once again, I didn't prep for a browser. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. This is out of my Dropbox. Okay, so we've got the spectrum graph here. So this would be this all here would be on the top part, inattentive presentation, okay? So according to the diagnostic criteria, now bear in mind that this is 100% based on what's all in the DSM. Is the DSM perfect? No. Is it sometimes problematic because it was mostly done on little white boys? Yes. And did Vespa just hit 20 months? Hey! Anyway, okay. So all of this here is all of your criteria for inattentive, which being make careless mistakes, lacks attention to detail, difficulty sustaining attention, does not seem to listen when directly spoken to, fails to follow through on tasks and instructions, exhibits poor organization, avoids or dislikes tasks requiring sustained mental effort, loses things necessary for tasks and activities, easily distracted, including unrelated thoughts, forgetful in daily activity. Now, these are all of the ones that are inattentive. Does this sound familiar to you? See, because I've got all of those in spades. All right, that's why I say that I primarily present inattentive. Yeah, I have maybe maybe two of those. Wow, I can't read. Okay, and now for the hyperactive is fidgets with or taps hands or squirms in seat. Hey, biddies, I wrote those. Leave seat in situations when remaining seated is expected. Experiences feelings of restlessness. Difficulty engaging in quiet, leisurely activities. Is on the go or acts like they are driven by a motor. Talks excessively. Blurts out answers. Difficulty waiting their turn. Interrupts or intrudes on others. Does that sound a little more like you? Because that is more the hyperactive presentation. I've trained myself out of many of those things. So yeah, it's a matter of, training and masking and things like that, right? By the way, if you wanted this graph, this is one that was made by me, and as you can see, it's got all the numbers in the middle, right? So that you can, if you want, you can, I got a 4 in this today, a 2 in this, and because this can change day by day. Thanks, Shoost. Yeah, if you go to the shop, it's under freebies. Everybody can download this. So there you go. But yeah, that's all of your diagnostic criteria. And again, it's going to be different for everybody, right? So with the hyperactivity, with it, as Nate pointed out earlier, that inattentive is just hyperactivity internalized, right? I still, while I can't exactly go running a fucking marathon or have an energy boost that's going to make me, like, clean all the windows in the house or anything, because my body's going to go, nope, fuck you, that's not happening. But I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to sit here and play with a fidget spinner or some Stimags or have my leg tapping relentlessly, that kind of thing. So, still very sick, managed a second fire. Oh, wow. Asthma sucks. Apart from that, I'm great. That's fair. Generally more on the inattentive nowadays. Yeah, when I was younger, when I was a kid, I was a hell of a lot more attuned to the hyperactive side of that. Like, way more. Yes, masking tape. Today we are going to learn about masking. That's right. Make sure that you mask all of the edges, because otherwise, especially if you've got two different colors of paint, true presenting an intersection. Actually, one of the things they want to do is remove presentations entirely.
Let's get nuts.
It's Dragon! Suck my dick hard! Hey! What's going on? So, no, on the surface, I'm not these, but things like body doubling are hard to focus. It's wild. Doing tabs open at the same time. I have small pictures like that I draw on a board in a meeting. So, no, on the surface, I'm not these. I'm going to disagree. Okay, body doubling has nothing to do with the diagnostic criteria per se. Body doubling is a strategy to help accomplish things. Does it work for everybody? No. Does it work for a lot? Sure. Does it work for Jay? No. Does it work better for me? Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you're a combined to me. But anyway, yeah, currently what the idea to remove presentations doesn't mean to explain. What they are, now this is according to Russell Barkley. I fake being autistic. Yeah, we know you do. This is my breakdown. My focus is shit. My focus is shit on the best of the days too. But what they're looking at doing, or is in discussion, rather, is removing inattentive, combined, and hyperactive, and saying and pushing more towards ADHD with and without conduct disorders. So things like ODD and stuff like that. If that's fake, I don't want to know what you really like. I'd met him. You don't want to either. But yeah, that was the last I heard. But that was from Russell Barkley, and that was a couple of months back. Now, allegedly, there is a DSM-6 coming out this year. Allegedly. Now, as for what they do with all of that, I guess we'll find out. Time will tell. But yeah, there is discussion of removing the presentations and instead saying and going based on ADHD with or without conduct disorders. Unless they all have the add-on pack. No. Can't say I'm a fan of the way that sounds. Why? Tell me why. Because at this point, it doesn't matter. At this point, we all present differently day to day to day. So if you're having a shit day, then your focus might be even more garbage today than it was yesterday, right? Oh, fuck off with that Dave bullshit. That is the stupidest Stupidest name ever. Stupid. Anyway. People tell me... Yet I have... Okay, what? Has there been discussion of it? Oh, fuck. Don't get me started on that, Angie. Not serious discussion. Because they are two different things. My people tell me daily they have ADHD too, yet I've seen all of them before and they never actually act like it. We all have it at the same... What? Act like someone and they use the line, we all have it at the same time. Okay, well that is a garbage bullshit line, first and foremost. Secondly, if they do have it from an outside perspective, you may or may not be able to tell. I'm just going to make a public pushback on me. Oh, that's just a group of naughty children. Yeah, right. But then, do not. Sabine. Where does the ASD come in? How do I manage? The only point is, whatever the mix is, my day-to-day functioning is shit. Sorry to rant. I don't care that you're ranting. Your ranting is perfectly fine. Where does the ASD come in? Talk to a therapist. Talk to a psychologist. I have no idea. All I know is they all present very similarly. And it doesn't necessarily have to be one thing that is affecting your focus, for example, right? It could be all of the things put together. I can't put this in text. The only thing they are doing is, and again, this is just something that has been a discussion, is removing presentations, period, because whether you are bouncing off the walls or can't sit still or just can't pay attention to a show, they're all ADHD. They are all presentations of it. What the discussion is saying that it is either with or without a conduct disorder. It's not deficit of attention. It's to regulate. So the name kind of needs to change. But if they can't change the name. If they change the name, it takes away the disability part of it, because it is a fucking disability. No, again, no, that Dave, no, still stupid. It is still stupid because it also does not sum it up very well. Variable attention regulation and hyperactivity. No. You might as well start calling it VAST and removing the disability part of it, because it is a fucking disability. This is the part that you guys are missing. And this is another reason I hate that fucking Dave thing so much, right? This again plays into that bullshit superpower narrative. And I see that I'm way behind on this. There we go. Call it what it is. A dopamine regulation disorder. Yes, it is yeah, you have to keep the disorder part in there. Disability, disorder. It still has to have disorder in there. Yeah, disorder. Okay, yeah, so the Vard one, but yeah, the Dave one. No, that fucking... First off, okay, Connor said that as a joke. He said it for clicks. It got him the clicks. He has millions of followers. Of course, people are going to fucking eat it up and whatever else. But the point is that it needs to have disorder in there because it is a goddamn disorder. I know you were saying it as a joke, but look... Right? Also, hi, autism, text. That's some magical balance. Could that Chris is a magical balance, that's for sure. Anyway, if anything, executive function and focus disorder. If you're going to change the name, change it to that. I'm saying any name change would automatically remove the disability from it. It needs to be clear, whatever they call it, disability disorder. Yeah, they absolutely have to, like, because otherwise you are going to have people that are affected by it, and we're going to go back to the part where people are just going, oh, well, it's not that hard, right? Everybody does that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you just need to pay more attention, right? If you don't have the fact that it is a disorder in there and it is a condition that a lot of people do have the struggle with, fucking whatever. Where did this come on to you? I'm not sure how. No, it. Let's rename it of fuck because I can say that. You mean oh fuck? No. A full broader conversation is perfectly fine. All I'm saying is you can't remove because he's fired. But all I'm saying is you can't remove the disorder part of it. Disorder, disability part of it, right? Nate was saying it as a joke because he knows it fucking gets to me. Which was kind of a dink thing to do, Nate. Bad. PVDs, bro. Looks down at the descriptor. You're fine. Whoever would hire me as a nurse really needs to rethink their life choices. All right, then. I'm going to take your word for that. Don't understand how we all struggle. But that's the thing, is many of them don't want to put in that work to understand. That's the thing. Did you see why I didn't like to contact you? No, I didn't. Now you're gonna make me scroll up. Alright, let's see. Scrolling. As a teacher, I'm not a fan. Teachers, as a general note, the ones not informed in ADHD actually works will see kids with conduct disorder, will automatically see the kids as terrible and will hold prejudice. Okay, but you know what? If you tell a teacher that a student has ADHD, whether they have any kind of a bias like that or not, they are still going to, in a lot of cases. Wow, my words just totally fucking failed me there. Hold on, let's try that again. There are many of them that are going to hear whether they make that change or not. That if a kid has ADHD or autism, that they are just going to assume that they are a problem and going to hold a bias against them anyway, which has fuck all to do with the conduct disorder part of it. Conduct disorder is just another fancy word to throw in there instead of saying the child is autistic and might need a little extra attention. The kid has ADHD and might need a little bit extra attention. They will still judge even yet, but even more so with conduct disorder. Prove it. Will you, or are you saying that as a generalization? Sabine, shut your fucking head. I think you're saying that as a generalization. I think you're assuming. I think that I don't think it's going to be any different than if a teacher has your average asterisk, we all know how that is, ADHD person, autistic kid with ODD, right? Kid with insert here. I wouldn't put it as a generalization, just going off what I see currently. Right. But again, how is that going to be any different than what we currently have? Is my question. So if student XYZ comes in and people say, oh, well, the child has ADHD, the child has autism, etc., etc., versus the child has a conduct disorder, right? Are they going to be biased again? Like, I think honestly, it's going to depend on the teacher's experience, if they've had to deal with this in the past, what they know about it, which, I mean, let's be real, is 3/5 of fuck all in most cases. Let's be honest. I think that if the teacher has a good handle on it, or a decent understanding of it, then I think that they would be able to deal with the child and help the child better than if they knew nothing about it and they were just going on a shitty generalization. The kid has ADHD. Okay, well, that means that they're just not going to listen to anything. They're going to sit and fidget all day. They're just going to be lazy, blah, blah, blah. You know, things like that. Kids with behavior intervention plan, usually special ed or 504 kids. Teachers will have grown before meeting the kid. Some great, another. Well, then that's the problem with the fucking teacher. Period. That's my opinion. That's a problem with the teacher. You are going to get children who have some kind of a special ed, a 504, a disability of some sort. They're going to get that regardless. If they don't like the fact that instead of its attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, instead it has a conduct disorder, they should choose a different fucking career or get over themselves. That's my 2 cents. See, Sabine even agrees with me. It's called dopamine regulation disorder, something along them lines. For your apps, people will understand. It's akin to a brain chemistry and not necessarily a behavioral only. They may help to remove the stigma. Potentially, but it's. I mean, maybe, but that also, like, because it's not exclusively a dopamine regulation disorder. That's the thing. Like, that's obviously a big element of it, but that's not exclusively what it is, right? So it's renaming to that is potentially misleading. You know what I mean? But there are also parents of those child who know the 504 and the laws and to be their child's advocate. Yeah. The reason my parents didn't push for a diagnosis when I was younger, because no matter what, there is a disorder involved 5 out of 7 times. Teacher will prejudge because of the disorder. What it's called doesn't matter from my wife's experience as one that deals with everything in her school. True, actually, yeah. Panda, Shu's wife, is the one who's in charge of dealing with those kids in her school, right? But yeah, a lot of the kids, just as actually playing into what Chris says there, I think, is that they will get prejudged based on that, regardless of what it is, right? It doesn't matter what the name of it is. The point is that if they have some kind of this, you know, this special ed or this 504 or whatever attached to them, then yeah, then a lot of teachers are going to groan and whine and prejudge based on it. Is it bullshit? Yes, I think it is. I think it's total garbage. However, that's also the reality of the world we live in. And yes, that's true. It is generalizing all teachers. It absolutely is. If we look back at Jace's teachers, excuse me, one of the best teachers that she ever had was her grade 2 teacher, who ended up becoming in, I think, the same role that Panda is in for Jace's school, right? She also ended up getting like a fucking Prime Minister's award for the amount of work that she did and whatnot, which is like super impressive, right? But there was like her grade 3 teacher was just the most ablest idiot. Like, the guy knew very little about it. He wanted nothing to do with dealing with it. He fucking, you know, told her, you know, the standard canned bullshit of she just needs to try harder and blah, 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 and all that garbage, right? People will prejudge no matter what. Yep, no matter what profession they're in. Agreed. As a counselor in the school I was at, I had attended class at ASD1 because he was behavioral issues. Some other kids were harassing him and he exploded. Who's the real problem there? Right? Right? It wasn't the kid himself. It was the other people fucking with him that caused him to explode. And agreed. You know, regardless of where you are, regardless of if it's a teacher, if it's a coach, if it's an employer, if it is a coworker, right? This is why after, and for the greater part, for a lot of people that I hear that do get formal diagnoses, is that after I got mine anyway, was, you know, I was straight up told, like, if you want to share this with your employer, that's on you. That's up to you. You know, you can share this with whoever you feel comfortable sharing it with. My kid got pulled in a small classroom because they IP'd. 8-9 kids in a classroom, 2 teachers. Kid finally caught up on the grade level, math reading, they were way behind. 9th grade this year, before this year it started at 4th grade. Now they're on track for both. Nice. By the way, hi Dominica. If I didn't say hi yet, I meant to, but I was in the middle of kind of a rant there. Nice to see you again. Behavioral issue there, not just with the other kids. Just kind of trying to peruse here, and I know that a lot of what you guys are saying does contribute one way or the other. And sorry if I'm skipping over some. Story made your eye disorder? How does that? How does that fit? I'm not. Sorry, that's not calculating in my head. Oh yeah, thanks much. Oh hey, we're at 3. I didn't even notice that. Look at that, we're at 3. Perfect. Hey, if you guys want a rave, you guys want to have another voice chat rave, I want to see this halfway through. If you check your PayPal. Well, I mean, I'm not going to do that right now. I was informed that there was... Oh, maybe that's what the text was. Which explains why I ignored it. It's okay to say, I notice you're in a serious conversation. Hey, that happens. You know what? Conversations go all the fuck over the place here. They'll go from goofy and light and whatever. Sometimes we'll have a serious one. Sometimes we'll have ones that I feel very passionate about. Go check on dinner and step away for a hot second. No worries. Excuse me. Anywho, yeah, so we want to get to at least halfway through this before I announce a date. But the proceeds going to the Ronald McDonald House. I almost said our regional hospital. Ronald McDonald House and the why did their name escape me? Fostering Hope Animal Rescue. Dear God. I'm in ED on my road to Elite Explorer and Elite Xenobiologist. Nice. Nice. Kids general population and fucking nothing. No, Leonora, you nailed it there. Is no longer cute. She's adorable. Fair enough. I see my little yellow light is on. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a hot minute here. We are going to have ourselves our self-care break. I want you guys to... Hey!
Let's get nuts.
PBM with 27. Very nice. Anyway, I want you guys to get yourself some water or a snack or go to the bathroom or do what you need to do. But let's take a couple of moments, have a self-care break.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we shall return momentarily.
Take that. Now.
Did you eat some
Did the air
nuts and now
conditioner give you COVID?
Did you eat some gummy bears and couldn't stop shitting for 3 days?
Did you attend a funeral and get locked in the casket when getting a last-minute cuddle with Aunt Gertrude? I'm JP Schuster.
And I'm CB Mooster.
And we're here to fight for you.
Automotive accidents,
Medical malpractice.
workplace injury.
Robbed a weed shop.
Call Schuster and Mooster at 1-800-MOBSTER.
Hey, I'm talking here.
Go home, Vinny.
Schuster and Mooster.
Attorneys at law.
We're high as fuck.
Who drank my sunscreen?
By hiring Schuster and Mooster LLC, you acknowledge that no one should act or refrain from acting based solely upon the legal advice provided by Schuster and Mooster LLC, without first seeking much better qualified legal and or professional advice.
This is a real law office, I swear. We attended the bar exam. I have my drink right here.
I'm JP Schuster.
And I'm CB Mooster.
And we're here to fight for you.
Hokale dokale. And we're back with the party time. By the way, if you guys are watching over on YouTube, feel free to smash up that like button and give a brother a little help out. Appreciated much. Thank you, thank you. And yeah, Story, I had no idea about that information, so thanks for sharing that. I did not know. Did not know that. But now it makes more sense. So there's that. A modern-day combat medic would be considered a paladin. Nate's our resident paladin expert, so yeah. I mean, if he says maybe, then maybe. Maybe it's a thing. For D&D stuff. I'm having meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and cream corn. I made a roast last night. So, oh boy. This was very disheartening. I made a roast last night. The wife left out like a, it was like a beefsteak of some kind, right? So I made a roast last night in the Instant Pot, and by the time it was done, the fucking thing was like yay big. There was just enough for me and Jasa. I was very disappointed. But I know that your roast will shrink, your meat will shrivel, as it were. Anyway, I did not expect that. So, because my wife was off doing it. She was at the animal rescue, doing a shift out there. Need her a hammer and a shield, and healing. There you go. Now you know more about paladins or a roast. Comes with age and shrinkage. That's right. I'm sticking it in a hot pot then. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Normally I cook a roast in there, right? But the thing is, she only cut me like a small fucking thing of meat like this, but it was like super lean, so I didn't think it was gonna, shrink up like that. But I didn't think my meat was gonna shrivel in the way that I did. And then I turned 40, and Wait, hang on. Wrong story. Not that story. Yeah, the hot pot. That is the instant pot. I didn't mean the roast. Haha. You little shit. But no, she was doing a shift out of the animal rescue, right? So, of course, I cooked for Jason. At the time, I was hoping that there would be enough left for the three of us. So I sent her a picture of it after it was out. I'm like, this is kind of tiny. It's a good thing that we had other stuff for leftovers in the house for her to eat last night. Because, yeah, I felt really bad when I fucking took that thing out. And, you know, there's a giant mound of, like, potatoes and carrots and whatnot. And this little tiny fucking inky-dinky thing of meat. So, was not happy about that. And I made a fantastic gravy to go with it, too. So, I was never a gravy guy. And then I got an Instant Pot. And now I'm, like, all about making the gravy. I don't know what the hell it was. And maybe it was just like a texture thing when I was growing up. Maybe my mom did not make the best gravy when I was growing up. I never really thought too hard about this before. Maybe that's what it was. Right? So, okay, so I didn't want to get into the food conversation yet, but here we are. Okay, so here's a question for you. For those of you that find that you do have food sensitivities or texture issues or anything like that, do you find that... And we'll just simplify this. Give me a 1 in chat if you did, or a 2 if you did not. Were you exposed to a lot of different food types when you were growing up? Give me a 1 if you were, or a 2 if you were not, because I was. And of course, me being the age that I am, I grew up in the era of, you know, you will eat what is put in front of you. You know, what was the question? Did you grow up with a lot of food variety? When, like, you know, for, like, did your mom cook a ton of different things? Kind of thing that you had to eat? Or were you limited on what kind of stuff you ate when you grew up? Because I grew up with, like, a fucking ton of variety. A ton of variety. But it was also a case of, excuse me, when it was put in front of you, you ate it, right? This is coming from somebody who grew up in, like, the late 70s, mid 80s kind of thing, right? So, like, I had to eat it, or, you know, you ate it for dessert that night, or in some days, you know, you ate it for breakfast the next day, because God forbid you waste any food. I think this is where I adopted the hatred of wasting food. It might be from that. Honestly, I don't know, but when I was growing up, my mom made like a shit ton of things, of a lot of different things, right? And a lot of them. This is why nowadays I can eat a wider variety of stuff. But there are some things that, like, I grew up with and I fucking hated, and now it's like I've given myself permission to not eat those things. Had to eat the stuff that was made. Yep. I was only required to try things, never forced to eat what I didn't like. For the greater part, I had to. How many times? No, I don't need it. Computer stores, stop spending all my money. Yes, but I didn't need it because I was picky. See, in a lot of cases, I got told that I was picky too, but... I also earned the nickname for many years, and this is probably between the age of, if I was to guess, maybe between 8 and 12. My mom called me the garbage disposal because I ate everything, right? Her joke was, I'll step on your foot and your mouth will open and I'll just pour the food in there, right? Was it a growing kid thing? Maybe. Was it... You know, maybe she made a lot of stuff at that time that I did like. I don't remember. I can't say. Right? But then as I got older, and depending on what it was that got cooked, there was a lot of... Like, I've told you guys the story about the rice that I didn't like. That was made by a babysitter of ours. And fuck, I wasn't allowed to be picky, so I learned to mask and repress. See, I think that might be a little bit closer to the mark for me. Is because I wasn't necessarily allowed to be picky, because otherwise I would be eating it for dessert that night, right? If you don't eat it at dinner, you're eating it before you go to bed. If you don't eat it before you go to bed, you're eating it when you get up in the morning, right? fucking rock star parenting, let me tell you. But I'm a super taster, so it makes it easy. Fair enough. I came from a eat what's in front of you or don't eat house. If you start a plate, if you start, you clean your plate. Okay, sorry, that took a second. Father also took food off my plate. So it was a case of he with the longest arm eats the most, right? Is that what it is? The only thing I was picky about was how my meat was cooked, either medium rare or don't come near me. See, whereas my food was, and I don't know if it was the way that my mom cooked it, maybe she preferred hers to be a little overcooked comparatively, because I prefer my steak and a lot of my meat in general to be medium well or well done, depending on what it is. And I think a lot of that comes from the way that I was raised. Maybe. Also, it's also a texture thing too, right? Like if I have a rare steak or something like that, nope, fuck, nope, not happening. No, all of the no. It's the same. To me, it gives me the ick like sushi. I can't do sushi because of the texture, right? My wife will eat the shit out of sushi. She'll go to a sushi place and fucking eat the place like bankrupt. I cannot do it. I can do medium now, but anything well plus hurts my teeth. And that's fair, right? Different strokes for different folks. I put up that made me think of the video I put up right before I came on today. Was that, like ADHD paralysis around the house here. I have a new method of dealing with the ADHD paralysis around here when it comes to food. If the wife ever tells me to get takeout, between her and Jasa, they are the absolute worst, and I've told them this to their face, so believe me, this is not information that somebody is just learning about. They are the absolute worst when it comes to this. Their inability to make a fucking decision drives me insane, right? I want takeout. What do you want? Jasa, what are you craving? Do you want chicken? Do you want pizza? Do you want a sub? Do you want burgers? Oh, for fuck's sake. So the way that I deal with this now is I will find 2 restaurants that are very close to each other in proximity. And I will either tell them, pick a number, 1 or 2. And depending on what they pick, yeah, you see that one? Depending on either what they pick or if they don't choose, then I have a dice rolling app. So, and then 1, 2, 3 is one place, 4, 5, 6 is another, right? So I will go to one place or the other. And then from there, they're getting what I fucking bring home. Period. If they're not going to decide, I will decide for them. And they're getting what I get them. Obviously, the caveat with that comes with, I want something I can eat with a fork. I like that. But obviously, the caveat with that is, I take into account what they do and don't like, or any food sensitivities or things like that, right? I'm not gonna get Jasa a fucking double cheeseburger because she's not gonna eat that, right? I'm not gonna expect that kind of thing. I'm not gonna go to A&W and get her onion rings because they're too spicy for her. I understand that. I'm not gonna get that. That said, that's where I'm going. This is what you're getting, right? So that's my new method of dealing with the food paralysis, or the decision paralysis around here. That's how we do it. You don't like it? Too fucking bad. You should have chosen. Sometimes my answer is I want... Carol, it's funny that you say that, because for the longest time was, what do you want for dinner? Food. What kind of food? Cooked food. What kind of cooked food? Good cooked food. That was literally the joke between my wife and I for probably 15 years. What do you want for dinner? Food. What kind of food? Cooked food. Or in the case of sushi, uncooked food. We ate the takeout. Conundrum, Jerry will say. There is an app that I used to have that it would completely randomize. Like it would do like a slot machine style. You just tell them, yeah, the fork narrows it down. It's true, it does. I like that. But you would tell it what kind of food you wanted. So like if you wanted like a steak or seafood or Italian or whatever. And it would do slot machine style based on your selections, right? Excuse me. Nice white chicken enchilada is very nice. I was told I had to cook my own stuff. I didn't want to be prepared. My mom hated it. Then you're playing. Yeah, that kind of hair. Excuse me. Yeah, growing up in that kind of household is a real fucking nuisance. I have a set order at every type of takeout we get in the husband picks place. See, for the greater part, so do I. I had to open up my taste buds because my mom was a limited cook. However, he gets it when I say I don't like the texture of food. It is so difficult for us in a lot of cases when it comes to Jasa, because Jasa can be so goddamn picky, right? For example, last night with that roast and the potatoes, I only recently got her to be able to eat any kind of potatoes besides potato chips, French fries, or mashed potatoes. I've been working on her for probably a year to be able to get her to this point. But now I can do roast potatoes with her so long as they are cooked long enough that they are soft enough she can mash them with her fork. Right? That's kind of the place that we're at, because there were certain places she wouldn't, like, she won't eat wedge fries. She only just started eating steak cut fries, which, if you don't know what a steak cut fry is, it's just the thicker ones that you get at a lot of restaurants, as opposed to like the super slim McDonald's ones, right? She would not eat the steak cut fries because they weren't the same, right? But I just got her to a point where we will do roast potatoes, and if she can mash them with her fork, then perfect, right? Then she's good. Have I got her to a baked potato yet? Yes, because I cooked it well enough that she could mash it all with her fork. Baked potatoes with butter, salt, and pepper is life. Butter, bacon, and chives for me, man. That's what it's all for me. Butter, bacon, and chives on my baked potato. I can't do any of the sour cream or the cheese or anything like that, obviously. You guys know me. But yeah, butter, bacon, chives. Bring it on. And not just like that hard fucking dehydrated wannabe imitation bacon stuff. No. You open that pack, you fucking cut that shit up, and then you cook it, and then you throw it on there in the chunks. That's right, Fee knows me. My mom would force me to eat things I knew made me feel unwell. Everyone else is reading them. No accommodation in my household. Cheese was about the only one, because my mother knew how much I absolutely hated cheese, right? So there was very, very limited movement on that, right? She would make lasagna a lot of times, and I would have to like peel all my own cheese off, kind of thing. Have to eat 95 sushi. No, not me. Tell the husband to pick a place. I will tell him what I want from the place. See, if I could even do that, then it'd be easier. But in a lot of cases, it's like we've all got the paralysis. That's the thing, right? And a lot of times they will make me fucking just pick the place. So, all right, here's my due diligence. I picked the place. Tell me what you want. Okay. Sorry, just catching up on chat here. Comorbidity of neurodivergent and eating disorders. There is... I don't know if it's so much eating disorders, but there are a lot of eating conditions that come with a lot of neurodivergency. Have you ever heard of ARFID? That's a very common one for a lot of people, and that is avoidance and restriction of food intake. That's one thing that we think Jasa struggles with. Cheese and bacon are reason to live. Not so much the cheese, not me, man. I can't stand bacon crumble. It feels like rubber. But it depends on how it's done. Try to give my son a different brand of ketchup one time. No. That is one thing in my house that you absolutely do not fuck with. Is like, and my wife has known this from day one, and I get so mad if she ever replaces it. Is we have Heinz ketchup. Period. That is it. That is the only ketchup in my house. And not saying I use a whole lot of it, but when I do, it has to be the right one, right? Otherwise, I get pissy about it. Where do you want to eat? I don't care. Well, what do you want to eat? I don't. Tell the wife, I don't give a shit. Oh, Jay. Meds make me hate food until about 5 p.m. and then I eat. Stupid. Someone please help. No, that fucking tracks. Brand loyalty is a must in this house. I don't even know. So, well, yeah, no, it totally is. It's change, right? It's totally change. I will not deal with that kind of change, right? Because you're dealing with, especially when it comes to Kraft tartar sauce or nothing. Interesting. I didn't know Kraft made a tartar sauce. I learned something new today. In a lot of cases, I make my own tartar sauce at home. There's a lot of things actually nowadays that I find that I'm doing myself at home instead of spending, like, you know, for tartar sauce. Realistically, what's a tartar sauce? Mayonnaise, relish, and a bit of lemon juice. Or Hellman's. Yeah. Only Heinz in this house ever since, yeah. But when it comes to the ketchup for the Heinz stuff, it's like the texture and the flavor and like the tartness, the acidity, the sweetness, right? I could tell. And if it's not that, then yeah, then I have a hissy about it. It's one of the few things that I'm a fucking total stickler for, right? It's got to be the Heinz ketchup. Barbecue sauce, I don't care. You know, the type of apples, the type of, you know, whatever else, I don't care about. Your Duke's mayo, no difference in between. Hellman's is preferred. Miracle Whip will do in a pinch, but I feel like that is something completely different because it's not listed as a mayonnaise. That's a salad dressing is what they call it. Big change in the weeks to deal with barbecue sauce. The ham not feeling right in my mouth. No, that's fair. That's how I grew up poor. Couldn't afford at Hellman's. Like, I knew that I grew up poor, but I mean, like, when it came to a lot of the... We'll get sent to the trash around here. It depends what for, right? If it's for like a let me see, like a tuna salad, or, you know, for making like tuna salad for sandwiches, Miracle Whip will do fine, or rather will do, or for a chicken salad or something like that, right? But for like actually using as a mayonnaise, no, it's I will gag or worse. It's enough of your personal life there. Sorry. Ran out of hot mustard nugget sauce one time and I almost broke down. Yeah, actually, same with Jasa. She has to have their sweet and sour, right? Or a plum sauce, but it depends on the plum sauce, because a lot of times you can't have a plum sauce from like a Chinese restaurant because they have a lot of extra spice in there that she will not deal with because it's too spicy. Hellman's only for me. Absolutely tell the difference and make me... I could tell the difference too, right? For sure. Hey, Moonlight Tree, how are you? You know, I can absolutely tell the difference. I prefer using the Hellman's. Again, it depends on what it's for. The Miracle Whip might do in a pinch. By my Bob Ross. I mean, hey, it's Bob Ross. And it was a happy little accident. It wasn't a distraction. Doing all right? Good. Glad to hear that. Today we are all over the board. Had a bit of a passionate conversation earlier, and I'm fine with that. And now we're... I was feeling regret about the roast that I cooked last night. So now we're talking about, like, food sensitivities and, like, things if you can tell... Or, you know, the things that are constants in your house when it comes to food and stuff like that. I've already eaten, but I want McDonald's nuggies now. Sorry about that. Yummy pasta dishes. Yeah, well, I mean, ever since I kind of taught myself to cook a few years back, now it's kind of like, it's a bit more of an adventure for me that way. We always make it on to food. Yeah, we always seem to, right? Thing is, normally it's like right near the end of the stream. This one started like right after the self-care break, so, and I think that was partly my fault. Is what it is. Other than Hunts, got some Hunts when I was younger and the recipe thrown off. Super harsh vinegar taste. Oh, really? It started because oh yes, that's why. That's right. It's Mama's fault. Because Mama said she was going to check on her food. That's right. Thanks for taking the blame there, Mama. I mean, it could be worse. We could be talking about paladins, so, you know, and then blame Nate for that. Oh, you little bugger, you. All right, I'll play your little game. Funky. Look at that. Hey, check it. Check it. I'm wearing the old style Mighty Meerkats too, so even better. Even better. Are you ready? Are you ready? I think you're ready. I know you're ready. Here we go. Here we go. Meow, meow, meow. Doing the Meerkat dab, baby. Oh, yeah. That's an amazing shirt. Why, thank you. This design is no longer available. The new jerseys have the new logo and whatnot on them. But this design of this meerkat can still be found on a lot of the merch for it, like, you know, mugs and like coasters and stickers and stuff like that. So thanks, Moon, for that. If you check out merch, squirreldad.com, and pick yourself some up there. Also, that's where a lot of the freebies are, including the spectrum graph that I designed. That's a freebie. Should send me over the new logos. Can do. The spectrum graph I designed is under freebies. All the music that I do goes under freebies, unless you want the digital deluxe edition, which comes with all of the artwork. I charge for those, but that's only just because I call it a deluxe pack and I try and put more stuff into it. That being said, if you are a member of some kind, that being a patron, a Fourth Wall member, or a YouTube member, if you are top tier, you get a free copy of every album every time I release them. So there you go. And I found a great way to do it is I give you guys an access code so that it's free from the shop. I love it. I love the way that works out. Shout out to Fourth Wall. Sure gave me the idea. This is why I Patreon. There you go. Right? Because it doesn't matter which one you're on, you're going to get the access codes to all of this stuff. And there you are. And once again, hey, if you guys want to do a rave, we're taking donations for that. I want to see this bar halfway full before I even consider a date. But all of the proceeds are going to the Ronald McDonald House and the Fostering Hope Animal Rescue, where my wife volunteers and where we currently foster our little buddy Goob from. Goober Gooberson the First. This is why I use Mama's Patreon. That's fair. That is totally fair. I do it for the music, which surprises no one. Yeah, sorry, I haven't done a whole lot on the music this week. I kind of burned myself out a little bit rushing the new intro, but that's bound to happen. That and this weekend I've been in a lot of fucking pain, so I've been doing my bestest. I know, Fee, I know. I just feel bad every now and again. You know how it is. You know how it is. I appreciate the shit. Just fuck off. I'm still eating up for a revenge album. I actually just put together a video where I'm going to be... Actually, you know what? I'm going to show you guys this. Why? Because I goddamn feel like it. Just a video that I'm going to be putting out... where is it? Which one is it? Where are you? I think it's this one. I'm doing it all in CapCut, so... Yep, this is it. Hang on, I'm just going to move screens here. Boop, there we go. All right. Yeah, I guess I have been working on some other stuff, kind of. Like I said, I just put together the brand new intro for the stream here. Hope you guys are enjoying that, because I like it. All right, let me see here. FL is not open. We're actually going to do CapCut. Sabine, can we please fucking not? Sabine, shut up. Just because somebody is walking in front of the house does not mean that you have to bark at every goddamn movement. Anyway, this is a video that I am going to be putting together and putting out on all of the platforms. It is just a quick little promo video, is all it is. It is not done just yet, but I'll get there. Let me know what you guys think, all right?
Stone cold shivers down my spine. These fears are getting in my mind. Yeah, all the time. It's always been like this. I've tried to find a way to press rewind. But as long as I'm alive, I keep hearing all those echoes. It is trying to get in control. It tried to pull me down, but I stand my ground as I'm rising to the clouds. I keep hearing all those echoes. It is trying to get in control. It tried to pull me down, but I stand my ground as I'm rising to the clouds. I keep hearing all those echoes. I keep hearing all those echoes. I keep hearing all those echoes. I keep hearing all those echoes.
Apparently it doesn't want to go any farther than that. I guess apparently it's going to stop right there. Yeah, fuck off, whatever. Fine, be that way, see if I care. Yeah, goddamn jerk thing. Anyway, fucking tease. You know what? It was CapCut that time, actually, that decided it was going to pause right there. I don't know what happened with that, but anyway, that's the video I'm putting together. It only has the drop. Goes for like 30 seconds kind of thing, right? But, and is it going to show now? Let me see. No, it doesn't want to. Why are you being a dick? Stop being a dick. No, it doesn't want to. I don't know if I'm going to blame OBS or CapCut for that one, but anyway, it's one or the other. Hey, what do we got there? Is that Tan? Ian. Sorry, I couldn't read that. Ian is a boy. Well, hi, Ian boy. Welcome aboard. Anyway, so like I said, it's a work in progress. It's going to be something that I'm just putting out as a tease, obviously, just as Momo put, right? Just as a little bit of a promo. And I'm going to be using, you know, you saw the guy singing there. That's the original video that the dude put out. And it has the lyrics on it. I just kind of clipped it so that it became a part of the video. And then I'm using the cover that I designed for it. Does the guy on the cover supposed to look like him? Yeah, it is. So that's why the dude has more of that, like, you know, kind of Latino looking inspiration. So that's why. Anyway, so, and Story Mage, had you not heard that song before? That's probably the latest one that I put together. Was Echoes, and it is the lyrics in that one are I'm a big fan of the lyrics in that one. Why is my mouse acting all fuckered now? There we go. I couldn't see my mouse for a minute there. Nope, missed a few streams. Tease is all good as long as you finished. What? Yeah, I see what you did. Well, you know what? What the hell? Let us we'll do a quick little music sesh here. Hi, Ian. How are you doing? The lyrics in this one, not only was the tempo fantastic when I came across that guy.
Hello, and thank you for calling ADHD Incorporated. All our operators are currently busy. Your call is very important to us. Please hold the line and the first available representative will be happy to help you.
You are a motherfucker. Is what you are. Cookies for everybody. Shoost is such a dink. I'm so proud of you, honestly. You motherfucker. Anyway. Hi, Ian. What's going on? Before we get into this, let's all say hi to Ian. Cookies, that's right. Get yourself a cookie. Ian, tell us a little bit about yourself. Welcome to our happy little corner of the interwebs. where we talk about things like mental health and food and music, apparently, and shit like that. I'm eating a real cookie this time. Very nice. Okay, so before we carry on, here's my little segue into that. So Jasa, as always, has been Little Miss Susie Homemaker. Love this kind of content. Awesome. Gotta move around, so I've been sitting too long. That's fair. My youngin', Little Susie Homemaker, has decided that she was going to make some cookies the other day, again, which turned out pretty good. But we have to teach her. I taught her how to use like the hand mixer because she wanted to make a cake. So I had to make sure that I taught her how to properly mix all of the stuff in the bowl, because she has been doing a half-assed job on that before, right? So some of the cookies ended up turning out more like little round cakes because they weren't mixed very well, right? So I taught her how to use a hand mixer and how to properly mix, and her cake turned out fucking fantastic, and she ate the vast majority of it in the last day. Like, just powered through a cake, right? That's my kid. Good grief. It was a piece of cake for her to make a pretty cake. It totally was. Now, I fucked up on one part, is I forgot to grease the bowl that we had put it in. So her getting it out of the bowl was problematic, and it kind of fell apart a little bit in some spots. So she ended up making little cake balls out of it, which were fantastic, like little fucking donut holes. They were great. Oh, don't mean you gotta do the cooking by the book? Yes. Or in this case, cooking by the box, because it was a nice box, and on the back it had the recipe for it. Baking mother-in-law made double chocolate chip cookies yesterday. Nice. Awesome. Oh yeah, cake pops. She totally made like little cake balls. They were great. I got 2 of them before she ate all the rest of them. But the wife and I are super proud of her, and her, that seems to be her new special interest for the moment is toast. But is baking, right? All of the cookies and cinnamon rolls and cakes and stuff like that. Chris made me do it. The amount of concentration my brain is putting for understanding English is awesome. Like I've never been more concentrated. Really, Ian, where are you from? I'm assuming that means English does not be your first language. So where would you be from? People in our community are from all over the world. South America, okay. So you have like a lot, Latin. Oh, wow. See, look at that. My words just ran away on me there. Saw a sticker that you love. Intriguing. Okay, here's what I want you to do, Ian. I want you to tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a rundown, whatever you're comfortable with. I don't care. Whatever you feel comfortable telling us. And in the meantime, for Story Mage, because Story Mage has not heard this one, I'm going to play this track that I just finished up. Well, it's almost done. If you have Walmart, there are a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, we totally do. And that's where Jason gets a lot of them from. That and the dollar store. So, yeah, Ian, tell us about yourself. And in the meantime, I'm going to play this for Story Mage. Story, like I said, when I came across this track, the tempo was perfect, the key was perfect, and the lyrics for us and the type of content that I do was perfect. So enjoy. This is Echoes.
I keep hearing all those echoes.
Hey, Tech, how you doing?
I keep hearing all those echoes. I keep hearing all those echoes. I keep hearing all those echoes. It is trying to get in control. It tried to pull me down, but I stand my ground as I'm rising to the clouds. I keep hearing all those echoes. It is trying to get in control. It tried to pull me down, but I stand my ground as I'm rising to the clouds. I keep hearing all those echoes.
Well, thank you, Fee. I know how much you love a good build. And did you notice the second drop? I changed the melody on it. Not sure if you noticed that or not. Don't drop me, I'll break. Ah, I see what you did there. But yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but yeah, that second one, I changed that up. I noticed all the little changes and the chills. Hey, sweet. I do have remember the I'm sure you remember the brand new intro, which the track is called "Bring It." What hour is it where I live? It is currently 4:30 in the afternoon. I live in Western Canada, so I live on Mountain Time, which is GMT -6 currently. So I think it's -6. Our time changed, so yeah. Anyway, it's 4:30 in the afternoon. But the new intro track called "Bring It," there's actually a vocal version that I have, and 1930. So it'd be 7:30 for you, which would be 3 hours off of me, which would put you on Atlantic time, if I'm not mistaken. What country are you in? I'm curious now. So you're an hour ahead of those of us in Washington. Yes. Yeah, Washington State. You guys are on Pacific. I'm on Mountain. You're in Chile. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. Well, welcome to our happy little abode where we have people from all over the world. Literally all over the planet. Nate is in New Zealand. Cyberchick is in... where the fuck did you guys just move to... where are you now, Fee? I'm so confused. You're in England now. Okay. Just came from, before that was in Wales. Yeah, got a bunch of Canadians. Actually smells like food. Yeah, in England, yeah. But well, the long-term goal, I believe, is Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. Norway, wasn't it? No. He was in Wales. But yeah, I think the long-term goal is Denmark, if I'm not mistaken. Now South England, still aiming for Denmark. Don't forget us awesome Aussies. That's right, lots of Aussies in the community here as well. Yeah, we've got, like I say, we've got people from literally all over the planet in our community, and we are very happy to have them. Click to... Oh, it's too busy. You always ask me for songs that are already released. You can open them up on Spotify or on YouTube. You're always asking me for those. Oh, my. But I want to show you guys this one, because, you know, the opening track, or the stream intro, like I was trying to say, is a new track that I did. It's going to end up on the Ross Gates album. And thank you for that, Dan. You want to check out my music, these are all the links right here. But yeah, there is a vocal version that I'm working on currently. So let me just give you a little sneak peek of that. Just a sneak peek.
Bring it.
There, just for you, Mama. Look, lyrics. Yeah, something like that. Nate and I used to write together a long time ago. Nate and I have an album out together from we put out back in 2002. No, earlier? Okay, I started writing in what, 1997, I want to say? Nate and I started writing together in 98. Actually autistic, and I don't know how English by 88. It's inattentive. It's called inattentive presentation, Ian. We were 19 or 20. No, I would have been 21-ish. Right? Because Rin was born in 96, and it was shortly after that, because I didn't have a decent machine at the time. So Rin would have been about 1-ish kind of thing. And I think I was, how old was I when Rin was born? I was 20, fuck, now I gotta think. 96. I was 20 when Rin was born. I started writing the year after. So yeah, about 20. 21, rather. Yeah, it was the apartment by the hospital. Yeah. Did you know Nate before or after the DJ jobs? During, actually. I started teaching Nate how to be a DJ, and this was 97. I want to say 97. Yeah, no, like I've known Nate for 25 plus years, coming up on 30 years, right? Nate and I have known each other for an eternity. I started teaching him how to write. Yeah, actually, Nate and I did a lot of trading off that way, right? Because when I started DJing, I became very interested in doing the audio production. People told, you're not that far behind, motherfucker. Yeah. Anyway, let's bounce over to here. I'll always be young. Ha 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 ha. It was like a reciprocate friendship. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Nate and I taught each other a lot of stuff that way, musically and whatnot. Like he started teaching me about more so music theory, excuse me, than anything. I ended up taking a course from the University of Edinburgh, would you believe? I have a certificate from there on music theory. But when it came to the actual like structure and stuff like that, screams into the void. No screaming in the void. No screaming in the void out of you. What Vespa needs is a new track. That's what Vespa needs. I was a music theory guy. He was a beats and energy guy. Yes, I learned more about the structuring and stuff like that. Oh, I see. Is that what Vespa needs? Does Vespa need like some fucking like just wicked banging shit? Is that the problem? Since she was asking for oh, wrong album. Since she was asking for tweaking and whatnot and click tick pop. Go away, huh? What's that? Set it off? I mean, set it off is good. I play keyboard. Don't know how to read. Chainsaws. There you go. I left high school 8 years ago. I know, you guys make me feel so fucking old. Not as much as Jasa does. Oy, oy, oy. I tell ya. I'll tell you what. Jay, you're just a youngin' too. And it's not my fault. They're the ones picking on me. Hey! Story Mage got a sub. Thank you, anonymous person. Wasn't me. Y'all ended high school? 1994 was when I ended high school. 1994. And then I went back to college for digital media in 2010. Graduated in 2011 with a diploma in digital media production, focusing on animation and graphic design and web design. I feel extremely young. You know what? There's a lot of you around here, and that's fine. 2004. But I was born in 94. So you were the same age as my oldest. Well, ish. My oldest was born in 96. And my youngest was born in 2012. So yeah, there were 16 years between my oldest and youngest. Whoopsie! 2002, yeah. No, we didn't know each other yet. I am going to get back to playing another track, but I see that my timer is kind of coming up on the self-care break. Ian, because you're new here, I know you don't know this, so I'm gonna tell you. On this stream, as Neurodivergents, we are terrible at taking care of ourselves. So once an hour, I like to remind everybody to go and get some water or a snack or have a stretch or go to the bathroom or any stuff like that. And take your meds if you need to, etc., etc. But I know that, like around here, the motto is love, support, and hypocrisy, right? Anybody, I could tell all of you to go and get some water or a snack or have a stretch, but if somebody tells me that, I'm going to say, no, I'm good. That's where the hypocrisy comes into it. I'm going to lurk now alone and mow the lawns, have fun. All right. And Ian, Congratulations. Somebody just threw a sub at you. Excellent. Nah, I'm gold. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. So we're going to do that. We're going to take another quick little self-care break. Just a very quick one. And we'll be back in just a moment. So go and get yourself some water or a snack. Hit up the bathroom, have a stretch, do what you got to do.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And we will be back in just a moment. Go take care of yourself for a second. Yeah, the hypocrisy. Nah, I'm good. Whatever. We'll be right back.
for Sports Ball! Live from the Neurodome tonight. Get ready for some sports ball action as our reigning Golden Acorn champions, the Mighty Meerkats, defend home turf against the undefeated Dark City Demons and the up-and-coming Cajun Corgis.
We're gonna fuck them up.
Team blindfolds and spicy wieners on special during the self-care first quarter break.
Spicy.
Followed by slam poetry after the game.
Slam that poetry.
Don't miss the Scramble at 5, only on WTTS Sports, Channel 80, in HD. Now that's Sports Ball!
Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? That's right, you got that acorn next to your name. That means welcome aboard. Age, gender identity, and religion mean nothing here as long as we all respect each other. 100%. 100%. That's right. Team Toads all the way. Fucking A. Ribbit, my friend. Alright, let me see here. Where's Vespa? Where are you? I see Vespa is still in here. I see Vespa's hanging. Oh, I don't see a Fee anymore. Aw, Fee must have bounced because it's late. Chicken's in the oven. Now, Dish 2.0. Rage Hyperfocus activated. My wife is fantastic at the Rage Hyperfocus. Yeah, it's a thing. It is definitely a thing. So for those who were asking earlier, whomever that was, because work is already trying my niceness. All right, fine. Let me see here. Rule number 1, the Gambler 500 is don't be a dick. One of my special interests is space. Oh, you and I are going to get along just famously then. Anybody want to Rage Hyperfocus my paper that needs to be written? That's a thing. I don't know how well I would help on that, but more Meerkat songs. They're all released. All of the Meerkat ones are out and available to the world. Can I get an explanation on what exactly is a Rage Hyperfocus? Okay, so in the case of the way that I'm thinking of it, okay, so we'll use my wife as an example. When she is pissed all the way off, she will do a hyperfocus on like cleaning the kitchen and stuff. So that's a thing. I know that for me, Rage Hyperfocus can be helping launch me into a hyperfocus when I'm working on a track, especially if I'm writing something that is like very angry and aggressive. If there is a rage behind it, then yeah, I can do a lot of work there. Do 10 technology and from telescope. I am doing 25, 6 or 7 pages of paper read. Oh wow, nice. For me and for Polar Bear Mama, especially, there's 2 of us there that we are very big on space and stuff like that. Yeah. Listen to it earlier and you call yourself. Opinion that we do have financial aid for somewhere. We are taking a Space Planet class. Oh yeah. That is awesome. That is awesome. One of my big ones is black holes. I'm very big on black holes. I have this very what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word that I mean that I'm trying to, because words obviously are hard. Well, what was that about words are hard? No, that's nothing about words are hard. I believe it's the other thing.
I don't speak English. Fuck off.
That's the one. The theory of everything. Yes. But yeah, when it comes to black holes, I've got this ridiculous fear of them. But I have this incredible fascination of them. So I'm that audio. I suppose, right? You know, you speak English less than I do. This is the language that I was born with, and I still suck at it a lot of days. Love in Space explains your love of sci-fi. 100% it does. 100% it does. And also, it channels into a lot of my music work, too. Right? Like, there's one I'll play you guys one that is still like a couple of months out, and this is only just the beginning work in progress. This is one that's going to go on the next Ross Gates album, which isn't going to be for a couple albums away, right? I'm working on the Dark Side one first. Then I have a couple of projects that I want to do with Miami by Midnight, so the retro stuff, and then I'm going to get into this. But this is one that I'm just working on right now. You know, provided that the page wants to cooperate with me. That'd be... Look at that. Nice. Hey, look at that. It just completely fucking reloaded. No reason. All right. Anyway, moving on.
Wind in the trees, haunting like the ocean breeze again. Where did you run to this time? Felt like a dream when I held you close to me, my friend. But it wasn't meant to be this time. Where did you go? Drive me down that lonely road. Where did you go? Lost in space and time. Where did you go? Drive me down that lonely road. Where did you go? Lost in space and time.
Like I said, just a work in progress, the very beginning of it. Reminder to you, for those of you who don't know, if you are a member, that being a patron or a member on Fourth Wall or a member on YouTube, if you are the second tier and up, you get access to all of the musical works in progress, and you can watch and listen as I update them and as I work on them and stuff, etc., etc. Vespa, I have a very special one just for you, because people are already pissing you off. However, I know that you are going to rise above it. I know that you are going to be the hero of your day, and I am going to send this to you. What is Fourth Wall? Fourth Wall is the merch site that I have. It is my website, squirreldad.com. And it is, if you do exclamation merch, it'll give you the link. It's just squirreldad.com. Fourth Wall, they also have memberships there. Very similar to 16% on the phone. Well, then let's get this to you right away. They have memberships there that are very similar to Patreon. I treat the members for Patreon and Fourth Wall and YouTube exactly the same. You guys at the respective tiers, you get all of the goodies. Like this one, Vespa, for you. Because you are going to rise, hero.
A new wave of power arises. From the ashes, new heroes born. An emergence of hope upon the horizon. A sense of victory at the break of dawn. The rise of heroes. wave of power arises. From the ashes, new heroes born. An emergence of hope upon the horizon. A sense of victory at the break of dawn. Time has come. The rise of heroes. Rise up. A new time has come. We shall rise undefeated. With sword and shield in our hands. Rise up and vanquish the enemy. The rise of heroes. A new time has come. The rise of heroes.
There you go, Vespa. A little bit of inspiration for your day, I hope. I hope. Hopefully that'll get you through it a little bit better. Because I know people can be dicks. So hopefully that helps out. I can only hope and pray. Anyway. And I happen to see what time it is. So, it looks like it is time for us to get on out of here. But, as always, I want to thank all of you guys for hanging out and being the amazing, awesome peeps that you are. What are you guys feeling like? More music, or are you guys feeling like some Warhammer? Because phone's at 14%? That is awesome. While you're talking, I did, but I will again, because coffee is amazing. You're all amazing. Here is what we're going to do. We are going to, I think, go and say hi to a fellow DJ friend. Our DJ friend T-Cat. That's what we're going to do. Oh, no, she's raiding out. Oh, never mind. Okay, well, I guess that's just not going to happen then. Hope you all have a good day. I hope you guys all have a good day, too. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go see our boys at the Wrong Show then. So let's go and blow up their chat for a little bit, shall we? They're doing some Warhammer, as they always seem to do on a Sunday. So I hope you guys have an amazing day. Remember to drink your water and take your meds and be kind to yourself. And I will see you guys back here on Wednesday on Hump Day. So make sure you come and join us, 2:30 Mountain Time. I will be here ready and waiting for you, providing my body does not hate me beyond not being able to move. Hopefully. Anyway. So again, drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself, and I will see you guys here on Wednesday. Let's go say hi to our friends at the Wrong Show. Blow up their chat with a whole bunch of emojis and shit. Alright? And if you're into Warhammer, then hang around and enjoy the show. Until then, I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Catch you in the Discord. Ciao for now.
get to introduce